saw Gooner doing something. Y'all have obviously gooned before, right? I have a plethora of things I have gooned to in my prime. I was gooning to BB Alutinas, I was gooning to MILFs, I was gooning to Saucy Santana, James Charles. When you goon, there are some fluids that are released, right? Like there's goon juice. Y'all know that. We can't get into that on stream, okay? We just can't say that. You jack your dick, okay? You beat your penis. Hands, we don't know. We don't know where the hands were. Smells the infamous scent of goon juice, bro. As soon as he gets a whiff of that scent, his neurons start firing. The person who told me these rumors was my friend at the time, and let's call him LARPer. Thing about LARPer is that LARPer is known to LARP, okay? So we couldn't really trust LARPer that much. When LARPer's brother and Gooner were in the same class, bro, LARPer's brother saw Gooner doing something, okay? And y'all will quickly understand why I gave him the nickname Gooner, okay? So LARPer tells me that it's about 7:53 in the morning. Gooner and LARPer's brother are in the same homeroom class, okay? They are learning AP Physics, okay? On this particular fateful day at 7:53 in the morning, this was after AP exams. AP exams, jits have nothing to do, so they just goon around, okay? Not literally, metaphorically, they goon around. So, on this fateful day at 7:53 in the morning, LARPer's brother sees Gooner, okay? And Gooner's just chilling, right? Gooner is at his desk, okay? So LARPer thinks nothing of it. I mean, not LARPer. LARPer's brother thinks nothing of it. Oh yeah, and at this time, LARPer's brother and Gooner were like friends, right? Like, they were in the same class. They talked about shit, etc., right? So they like knew each other. So LARPer's brother sees Gooner just chilling at his desk, right? Like, he's not really doing anything. He has his head down, he has his backpack up, and he has his hands under the desk, right? Some normal behavior, right? So LARPer's brother thinks nothing of it. Then LARPer's brother is like, yo, okay, I'm gonna go talk to Gooner, okay? Gooner's not doing anything, I'm not doing anything. You know, it's almost the last day of school. We have nothing to do. I'm gonna go talk to Gooner. And mind you, Gooner sits in a desk, okay? Gooner sits in a desk at, like, the edge of the classroom in the very corner, right? I don't think his, like, if the whiteboard is here, then Gooner sits at the very back row in, like, the very, not the very corner, but, like, one desk away from the very corner, okay? And at this time, the person in the very corner who had that seat was not there that day. LARPer's brother goes to Gooner's desk, okay? He sees that Gooner's not doing anything, and he goes to his desk. So, chat, as LARPer's brother is walking to Gooner's desk, LARPer's brother smells a scent, okay? And if y'all are an OG in the game, right, y'all have obviously gooned before, right? I don't know who y'all have gooned to before, bro. I personally have gooned to a lot of different shit back in my prime, right? Back in my prime, I was a devious gooner, right? Let's just say that, bro. Anything, everything you can imagine, bro, I was there, bro. I was gooning to BB Alutinas, I was gooning to MILFs, I was gooning to Saucy Santana, James Charles, etc., 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 right? I have a plethora of things I have gooned to in my prime, okay? So if y'all have been an OG in the gooning space, y'all know what the experience of gooning is like, right? And y'all know that when you goon, there are some fluids that are released, right? Like there's goon juice that is released. This particular goon juice, if y'all know, has a particular scent, okay? This goon juice has a particular scent. And y'all would know that if y'all have been an OG in the goon space. So, obviously, you know, every teenage boy has some experience in this. They know what this particular goon juice smells like. As LARPer's brother is walking over to Gooner's desk, for some reason, I don't know why, for some weird reason, LARPer's brother smells the infamous scent of goon juice, bro. And y'all know that goon juice scent cannot be replicated by an ordinary odor, right? Like, it's not an ordinary odor that you can just replicate out of nowhere. No, this is a very particular scent that must be meticulously crafted. Okay, it must be meticulously crafted. I'm not gonna get into the measures of how it must be crafted, right? Y'all know that we can't get into that on stream, okay? We just can't say that. You jack your dick, okay? You beat your penis. Okay? That is how you excrete this goon juice, okay? So look, that is essentially the only way you can excrete this goon juice, okay? There's no other methodology of extracting this goon juice, okay? So as LARPer's brother is walking to Gooner's desk, for some reason, he gets this particular odor, and Larper's brother, obviously, instantly, as soon as he gets a whiff of that scent, his neurons start firing, and he realizes what that scent is, right? So he's taken aback. If y'all don't know what that means. He was taken aback. He was taken backwards, okay? He was taken backwards because he's like, yo, why am I smelling this scent, bro? Okay? So, he's like, yo, what the fuck? So he goes 2 steps back and he's like, bro, why am I smelling this scent? He goes back to his desk and he starts pondering, bro. He's like, bro, why am I smelling this scent? And at this moment, like, Gooner was not doing anything, okay? Gooner was just chilling at his desk, with his backpack on his desk, you know, head down, hands, we don't know where the hands were, okay? But it is presumed that Gooner was just, you know, chilling, at his desk, you know, taking a nap, right? So, Larper's brother's taken aback. He goes back to his desk and he starts pondering, like, yo, where could that smell have come from, right? Like, that's a very particular smell. How can you replicate that smell in a classroom? He starts pondering and he's like, bro, there's no way to replicate that smell without the forbidden method being used, right? Like, how can you replicate that smell without the forbidden method? So he's like, but that's not, like, how can you do the forbidden method, bro? This is a classroom, gang. Like what are you talking about, bro? Right? Or, so he thought, bro. He thought this was a classroom and the forbidden method was, you know, banned. But you know what? I'm gonna just move past this, right? Like I don't know. But I went back to my desk. I'm gonna go back to Gooner's desk. And at this point, Gooner did not have the nickname Gooner. Okay, he was chill. Actually, there had been one incident before, but it was like an iffy incident. Okay, that incident was basically one day he went to the bathroom and he was in there for a very long time. And Jits, like, he was in there for like an hour, okay? And Jits just didn't know what he was doing. So that one's kind of iffy, right? Like, maybe he was just taking a fat ass shit. But, at this point, like, no one really thought of him as a gooner. He did not have that nickname, okay? So, Larper's brother is like, alright, you know what, bro? I'ma just move past this. I don't really know why I smelled that. But, you know, like, it was there. The smell was definitely there. But, you know, like, we're just gonna move past that. So, Larper's brother is like, alright, I'm gonna go back. Let's give this one more try. You know, school's about to end. This is my boy. Let's go chop it up. Right? So, Larper's brother starts getting up from his desk, okay? And Larper's brother sits at the front of the class, right? He's basically has to walk across the whole classroom to get to Gooner's desk, okay? So, Larper's brother gets up from his desk and he starts making his way towards Gooner's desk. As he's going there, you know, he has other friends in the class. He says, yo, what's good, my boy? Yeah, that AP exam, you know, it was tough, but low-key, I think I secured a 5. You know, I think I got it, right? As he's walking there, he's chopping it up with everyone else, so he's not really paying attention to what Gooner is doing at that particular moment. Then finally, he gets to Gooner's desk, right? He's about 3 desks away, okay? And at this point, he can see Gooner, right? Like, he's in his sight, and he's looking at him, okay? Bro, chat, when I tell y'all what Gooner was doing, bro, y'all will not believe me, bro. Y'all will not believe me, bro. He looks at Gooner, bro, and Gooner